Hi, I'm Vijay Jha and I welcome BA channel and I have with me Pranab Pant, one of the serial cat killers. Alright, so here in this session we are going to discuss CMAT 2020 Shift 1 examination. Alright, the examination got over hardly an hour back. Alright, and both of us appeared for this test. In fact, from Gradeup side, there are three of us who appeared for this test and we have a lot to discuss with you. Hi, Mahesh, how are you? How did you do in the examination? Swami Datta, how did you do in the examination? So my first feeling about the examination is that not many students would have actually needed 180 minutes to do these 100 questions. What do you have to say, Pranav?
Yeah, I agree with Vijay that the examination was easy and most of the aspirants must have done within 120 to 150 minutes. That should have been sufficient.
Yes. I do not know why do they give 180 minutes. Though I've appeared for this examination a few times in past as well. All right. And I never found the examination as easy as it was today. All right. Okay. So let me very quickly take you through certain things, certain facts. Okay. The very first version of CMAT was conducted in 2012 and I was the topper that year. All right, here you can see my scorecard, my All India rank also. Okay, this was my All India rank. Okay, and at 327 only, I was the topper. All right, okay, I appeared for this examination. It appears 2 or 3 more times in CMAT 2017. My All India rank was 6, as you can make out here. All right. But when I appeared for it in 2018, I got All India rank 20. Okay, and you can see my poor score in general awareness. But the most important thing is that despite getting just 30, my percentile was 94.16. Now beyond this, so my marketing is over. Let's come to the examination part. So how did you do in the examination? I can see many of you are live here. Hi Mahesh, how did you do? How did you do? Deepak, Deshmukh, how did you do in the examination? How many questions you attempted section wise? How many in quantitative aptitude? How many in reasoning? How many in English? And how many in GK? Especially GK, how was it? Harsh is saying GK session first. Alright, sure, we will do that. In fact, we are going to discuss all 25 questions of quantitative aptitude and all 25 questions of GK as well. You can straight away calculate your scores in these two sections at least. Other than that, in fact, we are going to discuss at least 10 to 15 questions of English as well, or maybe some 15-20 questions of reasoning. Vinita is saying that she attempted 20 questions in quantitative aptitude. Naman Muchal is saying that he attempted overall 86 questions. Okay. Mr. Singh is saying that the difficulty level of the paper was moderate. Nikhil Tanwar is saying 92 attempts, which is just fantastic. All right. Vinita, overall attempt 72. Okay. Divesh Nemade is saying that in logical reasoning, he attempted 25 and in quantitative aptitude, 23. Okay. In
so
quantitative,
you're asking the aspirants their number of attempts. Why don't you tell how many questions you attempted in the paper?
Oh, in quantitative aptitude, I attempted 24. I could not attempt one question because I strongly believe that the question itself was erroneous.
Yes.
Okay. There was this question which was on
PCM, physics, chemistry, maths teacher.
No, physics, chemistry, math teacher. Question was absolutely all right. Answers, the right answer was not among the options. Yeah. Okay, that we will talk about. The erroneous question was water supply.
Water supply question.
33,000 liters of water supply, okay, was sufficient for 50 days and then 37,000 liters of supply was sufficient for 35 days. Okay, we somehow believe that question was incorrect. In fact, when it comes to quantitative aptitude, right, I would want you people to know two things. It's not only that one question was incorrect, or at least we believe it was incorrect, which was on water supply, as Divesh has written here. There was one more question based on permutation and combination where the answer should have been 288, but we at Gradeup believe that they will give the answer as 36. The actual answer would be 36 into 8, 288. That is something which would be detailed, which would be discussed with all the details by Pranav. Okay, so let's move from here. Let's come to this part. The overall structure of the CMAT is very well known to you, isn't that? Quantitative aptitude, I mean, in fact, each of the questions, each of the sections, 25 questions, okay? Total marks, 400, okay? This is well known to you. Negative marking of -1, and if you get an answer right, you get +4, okay? Section-wise difficulty level. We believe that quantitative technique and data interpretation was an easy section, right? What do you have to say, Pranav, about that?
Yes,
How was the section?
Except those erroneous questions that you mentioned, rest of the questions were very easy.
Quite doable.
Yes.
No, I would say there was one good question of which the answer was no profit, no loss.
Yes, yes.
0%
that
change.
involved some conceptual knowledge.
Yes, yes,
Rest of the
yes,
questions
yes.
Were very straightforward. For example, finding the side of triangles.
Yes, 579.
579
Okay.
was the answer. So
All
there
right.
were certain questions which did not even involve picking up of pen.
Okay. Now, we believe that language comprehension was moderate. We haven't written easy, okay, for just one reason. They used at least 3 or 4 difficult questions of vocabulary. And in fact, the options were also pretty close to each other, okay? Now, when it comes to logical reasoning, we believe that logical reasoning, the difficulty level was easy, extremely easy in fact, okay? And when it comes to general awareness, we believe it was moderate. You hardly had anything from current affairs, right?
Yes.
Was there anything from current affairs? 2 questions probably.
Miss Australia 2009.
Miss Australia Universe 2019, right?
And yeah, I don't recall any other question. When we discuss the questions.
Yes, 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 probably we shall be able to recall. Okay, so let's move from here and let's look at the distribution of questions in quantitative aptitude. You had 7 questions from arithmetic, 7 questions from number system, geometry and mensuration, just 2 questions, permutation, combination, probability, 4 questions, algebra, just 1 question, table DI, 4 questions. Which question was on algebra? Was there any?
I counted that one, that ratio question, the 2x.
Okay, all right. Okay, so 1 question was on algebra in Pranav's opinion. To me, that also was arithmetic actually.
Arithmetic.
Okay, so that way, number of questions for algebra actually 0 and number of questions on arithmetic 8. All right. Historically also, they have never asked questions from algebra in CMAT. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right, when it comes to logical reasoning, this is how it was. Okay, as you can clearly see, analogy 3 questions, syllogism 2 questions, blood relation set 4, critical reasoning 2, odd one out 1. Interestingly, they had written odd man out in place of odd one out. Okay, coding 1, distance and directions 1, with the answer 10, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay, miscellaneous 4, visual reasoning 3, of which I found at least 1 question to be pretty difficult. Okay.
Yeah, that one with curves.
Yes, 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 1 with curves. Okay, and on series, very simple 4 questions. So here we believe that a good attempt would be nothing less than 23.
Yes.
Nothing less than 23. Okay. When it comes to language comprehension, okay, you had 1 passage of RC followed by 6 questions, and the reading comprehension was on Tilak as a reformer. Actually, it was less about Tilak, it was more about those people who wish to reform, the society, need to lead with an example in their personal life. Okay, then only what they write becomes effective. That is what it was all about. All right. Saurav Sen is saying Priya. I'm not Priya. Okay. Manish Thakur is saying Miss Australia. Okay. That's all okay. Shivita Sharma is saying Wellington expected cutoff score, guys. Okay. We'll come to that. Okay. When it comes to general awareness, okay, which was probably one of the better sections in the examination, right? Economy 3, sports 2. And in sports, interestingly, both the questions were from cricket. Okay, 1 question was on 1975 World Cup. Okay, 60 overs. And 1 was on Rohit Sharma. I'm sure that each and every person who attempted the paper must have got the Rohit Sharma one right. Okay, because he hit 5 centuries in 2019 Cricket World Cup.
So another question from current affairs. So they were just.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So that way there were probably 3 questions from current affairs. All right. Okay. So let's move from here. Geography 4 questions. Okay. Science and Tech 2. Awards 2. Books and authors 2. History 1. Miscellaneous 8. It appears that all the examination taking bodies have been in love with Shashi Tharoor.
Yeah.
He appears in almost all the examinations.
Yes.
Okay. So there was a question based on Shashi Tharoor in today's examination as well. All right. Okay. Let's move from here. Good attempts. Pranav?
So we believe since in the language comprehension section there were certain words in the vocab which were difficult, slightly tricky ones. So
Yes,
we believe
agree.
that a score of 90, an attempt of 19 to 20 should be considered as a good attempt in this section. Talking about quant and DI, the section was very easy, and 22 to 23, most of the aspirants should have
Absolutely.
attempted these many questions. Again, coming to logical reasoning, the easiest of the lot, I should say all 25 were doable. But if by chance you made some silly mistake, still 23, 24 should have been good attempts.
Absolutely.
And talking about general awareness, since it was less of current, it was more of static. So somewhere around 15, 16 should be considered as a good attempt.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. How many questions could you attempt in GK, Pranav?
I marked most of the answers.
Okay. And what do you think would be your score?
Can't say.
Okay, all right. Let me not put him in any further trouble. Okay. And many people are interested in knowing a very good score here in this examination. So all those people who expect to get a rank, nothing below 300 will give you a good rank. Please keep that in mind. What do you think?
Yes.
Because if I take the sum of all this, 41, okay, 41 and 23, 64 plus 15, 79. Okay, so we believe that nothing less than 300 will give you a good score, good rank. Okay, Tushar Sharma is saying water supply question was not at all erroneous. Okay, Tushar Sharma, you please give us, we believe that it was erroneous. Okay, please give us the answer. Tushar is saying that 23666.66 will be the answer. All right, that is what in fact somehow Pranav also marked. Okay.
Even we marked the same.
But we will discuss this. Okay, so let's move from here. And let's start the discussion with GK questions. Okay, so there was one question which was on exim policy. So of course, exim policy is prepared by Ministry of Commerce. Okay, then there was a question on your favorite topic, cricket World Cup. Okay, so overs allowed per side in 1975 Cricket World Cup, it was 60. Okay, 50 was also given as one of the options. Okay, but the right answer is 60. And in fact, Gavaskar, Sunil Manohar Gavaskar, one of the commentators, okay, and former test cricketer, had played for all 60 overs and had made 36 not out, which is a record. Okay, third question was longest circle that can be drawn on Earth's surface, of course, equator. Vayo is a product of Sony, we all know. The hill station Kodaikanal is in. Okay, Kodaikanal is in Tamil Nadu. The options were not given like this. The correct answer is Palani Hills. P-A-L-A-N-I, Palani Hills. Here also the options were pretty close. One of the options was Nilgiri Hills as well. Nilgiri Hills also, right, is in the south itself. Okay. Then there was one question on Miss Universe Australia 2019. The answer is Priya Sirao. All right. Okay. All these are actual questions. Please confirm, all the people watching this particular session, please confirm that these questions actually appeared in the examination. Yes. Okay. Now, study of inscriptions, epigraphy. I'm sure when you go to watch any monument, okay, you see the description of that monument, okay, on a piece of stone mostly. That is epigraph. That is called epigraph. Okay, and study of inscriptions is epigraphy. All right. Which city is known for chicken embroidery? Chicken embroidery. Of course, that is Lucknow. Many of my colleagues are also from Lucknow. And anyway, if you take a Shatabdi to Lucknow, when you're about to reach, they announce that city of Nawabs, which is famous for chicken as well as chicken. All right. So anyway, you should know that is Lucknow. Okay. Now, the only batsman to score 5 centuries in a single Cricket World Cup. We all know the hitman, Rohit Sharma, right? Okay. Who wrote the book, The Paradoxical Prime Minister? Of course, Shashi Tharoor. Okay. And the book has been written on a very popular leader. Okay. Now, what does MDMK stand for? Okay. DMK is Draver Munetra Kadagam. Okay. Maru Malarchi, Draver Munetra Kadagam is the answer. Okay. The bank which merged with Capital First was, of course, IDFC Bank. Okay. Undoubtedly. Akash Guha is saying the highest railway station in India is Ghum near Darjeeling. That is all right, but this question did not appear in the examination, Akash Guha. Okay? All right. So the bank which merged with Capital First was IDFC Bank. Interestingly, one of the options was IDBI, right? One of the options was IDBI, which itself got merged with LIC of India, if my memory is serving me right. Okay? So couldn't have been the answer. How many banks were nationalized during the second round of nationalization in 1980? Of course, the answer is 6. Of course, the answer is 6. In 1969, the first round of nationalization of banks took place and 14 banks were nationalized. Okay? 14. Okay? In the next round in 1980, which is 11 years after the first round of nationalization, it was 6. So please keep 14 plus 6 in your mind. Okay? We have already discussed 13 questions. Headquarters of IAEA, of course, Vienna, the capital of Austria. IAEA has been in news. Okay? The answer is Vienna, headquarters of IAEA, Vienna. The country which is also known as Persia, of course, Iran. Iran has also been in news, and I'm sure the reason behind giving this question here is that Iran has been in news, and you all know why. Okay? Founding member of Muslim League. Here the options were given, okay, very judiciously. One of the options was Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and I'm sure many people promptly marked Muhammad Ali Jinnah, but that is incorrect. Okay, Muhammad Ali Jinnah is not the answer. The answer is Nawab Salimullah Khan. Nawab Salimullah Khan. Okay, Muhammad Ali Jinnah was a very intelligent and correct option. Okay, now I'm sure when it comes to question number 17, which is the oldest Ved, you must have marked it right. That is Rig Ved. Okay, length of the longest railway platform in India. Why do they ask such questions? You know, all options were 4,400 something feet. 4,400 something feet. Of course, the platform is Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and the correct answer is 4,483 feet. Okay, 4,483 feet. Any doubt? Akash Goa Roy saying Aga Khan and Ali brothers. Akash, please check your answer. Please do check your answer. Okay, grapevine is the term used in relation to, of course, informal communication. Don't we say as per the grapevine, which is informal communication, and mind you, all you wine takers, okay, it does not give you any wine. Okay, Siamese fighting fish is the national aquatic animal of, now this is a question of common sense also. Thailand was earlier known as Siam. So if it is Siamese fighting fish, the answer has to be Thailand. Any doubt? Oh. So if you're actually liking this session, okay, if you think that we are doing some justice to the analysis, please do like and share. Please do like and share the session. If you think this session is worthwhile, give thumbs up. All right? Okay. So Siamese fighting fish, of course, Thailand. Birla Industrial and Technological Museum is located in Kolkata, West Bengal. Okay? That asked about the state, so of course, the answer is West Bengal. Any doubt, anyone? First woman in the world to be awarded IMO award for exceptional bravery. Answer is Radhika Menon. All right? Any doubt, anyone? Now, when it comes to question number 23, at least I'm not sure about the answer. My friends here believe that the answer is potential energy. I, for one, marked kinetic energy. Okay? But I've forgotten whatever I had studied in my school in physics. I've forgotten that completely. Akash Goharoy, thanks a lot. Okay. Now, question number 24, to which field of literature is the Booker Prize awarded? Of course, fiction. I'm sure many Indians have got Booker. Okay, Vikram Seth has got it. Salman Rushdie has got it. Arundhati Roy has got it. Okay, and Arvind Adiga has got it too. Okay, and all for fictions. The God of Small Things is a fiction set in Kerala of 1950s. Isn't that? Similarly, when it comes to The White Tiger, the story is set in Bihar. Okay, and of course is a fiction. All right. Salman Rushdie had got it for Midnight Children. Okay, Midnight Children, interesting, were India and Pakistan. Okay, that also is of course a fiction. So the answer is fiction. All right. Now, which strait divides Morocco and Spain? Okay, the answer is Strait of Gibraltar. Gibraltar. Okay, not Gibraltar, Gibraltar. Is that okay? So these are the 25 questions and answers which appeared in the GK section. So please do calculate your scores. Okay, I'll show you these questions once again. Okay, you can freeze your screens. All right. Okay. So let's come to verbal ability. Okay. When it comes to verbal ability, I'm going to discuss a good number of questions with you. One of the questions was the synonym of voracious. Synonym of voracious. Voracious. Okay. The answer would be ravenous. The answer is ravenous. Okay. Many people marked tenacious as the answer, but that is incorrect. Voracious, ravenous was the only close synonym among the options. Similarly, there was one question which was based on someone who does not believe in governance. Okay, anarchist. I'm sure you know this. Anarchist. Okay. When you create trouble as a child, okay, you get to hear it from your parents that do not be an anarchist. All right. Okay. Then there was one question which was on fratricide. That what is fratricide? Now, side is to kill, we all know. Okay. Fratry, all those people are aware of the term fraternity. Okay. So, fratricide is killing of one's brother. Okay. Any doubt? Okay. Let's come to Siddhant Agrawal. Please block Siddhant Agrawal. He's using unparliamentary language. Then in one question, you were asked the synonym of albeit. The synonym of albeit would be although. Okay, this also was one of the answers. Then in one question, you were asked about the synonym of wreak, W-R-E-A-K. Okay, synonym of wreak. And this would be here in this particular context, inflict. Inflict. Okay, the synonym of wreak would be inflict. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Let's come to the next question. You were asked the word farthest in the meaning to the word clemency. Okay, and you all know why this was asked. Okay, so of course it would be cruelty. Of course it would be cruelty. Okay, and I'm sure you all know that the rapists of Jyoti Singh, okay, who is popularly known as Nirbhaya, okay, had asked for clemency very recently. All right, which is why probably they asked this question to you. All right, okay. Now, Tanuj Rathi is asking fratricide, that is killing of brother. Okay, all right, let's move to the next one. Then there was one question which was based on the meaning of stirring up hornet's nest. Okay, the answer would be creating trouble, of course. All right, all those people who are yet to subscribe to this wonderful channel, please do that right away. Okay, do that and then we shall take the session forward. Please do that. Then there was one question and this was a very good question. Okay, the antonym of commissioned. Okay, so a particular project had just been commissioned by the Prime Minister, something like this was given. Okay, and then which of the following would be the farthest in meaning from commissioned? One of the options was, okay, close, and one of the options was finish. The answer would not be close. The answer would be finish. F-I-N-I-S-H. When you commission a project, you start it. Okay, when you finish it, you complete it actually. All right, any doubt? Thank you, Akash Guha. I'm sure there are many others like Akash Guha, okay, who would have just subscribed to this wonderful channel. All right, next is you were asked about, and in fact, a synonym of utopian idea. Okay, anything which is utopian is actually imaginary. Okay, and many of you, I'm sure you're aware of the antonym of utopia as well, dystopia. All right, Then you were asked about the synonym of meddle as well. Meddle, interfere. Okay? Interfere. When you terminate something, Kaushik Kapoor, terminated was one of the options. When you terminate something, okay, you stop it. Okay, so in that sense, terminated will not be used. It was one of the better questions of the entire English section in this particular examination, but we believe that the answer would be finish and not terminate. You commission something and then you finish it, complete it. Okay? All right. Shashwat Khan is asking what percentile to expect at score of 300. We believe somewhere around 99.7, 99.8. Okay? Then one question was one who cannot die. Of course, the answer would be immortal. Immortal will be the answer. Mortal and immortal. Okay? I wish I could be immortal. All right? Any doubt, anyone? Any doubt, anyone? Okay. So I've already finished, okay, discussion of 2 of the sections, and now Pranav is going to, so thus far we have discussed close to 40 questions with you, and now Pranav is going to discuss probably 40 more questions. Okay, he's going to discuss all 25 questions of quantitative aptitude, of course, including those 2 erroneous questions as well. Okay, and close to 15 to 20 questions of reasoning. So please keep watching. Okay, do give your thumbs up and please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Pranav, please.
Yeah, hello. So we have already covered 2 of the sections, and now I'll be discussing the remaining 2. So thus far you must have calculated your scores for general awareness section and got to know the answers of the vocab based questions of verbal ability section. So let's start with the quant section, and I'll be discussing the 2 erroneous questions as well. Okay, so the first question itself, which appeared to be erroneous, not the question, but there was no correct answer given in that question. So it was a question on 3 teachers, physics, chemistry, maths, and they had to be arranged in 2 such ways that these 2 sets should be together. So the answer should have been, see, the first teacher could be selected, first subject in 2 ways and 2 ways and 2 ways similarly, so 8 ways. Now this set could be done in 3 factorial, which is 6 ways, and again 6 ways. So the answer was 8. The answer should have been 288. Okay. So I'll open Notepad. Okay. So there was a question which was probably a good question, that the marked price is 25% above the cost price, and now the cost reduces by 5%, and hence the person gives a discount of 8%, and the sales go up by 25%. So the question asked was, what is the change in profit? So what was your answer? What was your answer to this question? No change, yes. So see, let's take the cost price as 100. The mark price must be 125. Okay. Now the second case, cost price becomes 95, and and the discount is offered, so the price would be 115, the selling price. Okay. And in this case profit was 25, in this case profit is 20. So if sale, it goes up by 25%. So if it was 100, the profit was 2500. Even if it goes by 25%, the sale would be 25, the profit would be 2500. So there is no change in profit. Okay. So there was a question on simplification, 0.3 into 0.3. See, the paper was so easy that we had enough time to note down all the questions. So what was the answer to this question? Yes, the Water City question was also erroneous. It was ambiguous. Yes, and those of you who have the practice of solving questions using options must have directly marked this answer. No need, you did not even have to calculate this. So the answer to this question was 0.135. Easy question on simplification. Then there was a question on selection of brothers and sisters. Okay, so it said that the probability of brother getting selected is 1/8, and for sister the rejection was, and the most probable answer to the previous question which they might give is 36. They might not take that 8 and they might consider 6 into 6, which is 36. So it was 1/8 this side and 4/5. Okay, and it was asked that what is the probability that one of them is selected. So one of them is selected means brother selected, sister not selected, which is 4/40, and the other case would be brother not selected and sister selected, which is 7/40. So if we add, it becomes 11/40. So all of you have got it right. Okay, and then there was a question on brown hair and eyes. So 40% with brown hair, 30% with brown eyes, 12% with both. So 40 this becomes 28, 30 it becomes 18. So you have 58 covered in this. So 42% don't have brown hair or brown eyes. Okay, and there was a very simple question relating to the lengths of sides of triangle. What was the answer to this question? Sides of triangle. So sides of triangle was, so we know the property that the sum of the lengths of two sides is greater than the third side. So the only probable option was 5, 7, 9. So guys, please do like this session and please do subscribe to our channel. We are doing a great job in MBA prep sector and we have covered all MBA examinations, and we put in a lot of efforts for the aspirants so that they could calculate their scores and know their we also predict your percentiles before the actual results come out. Okay, there was one question that there are two people, X and Y. X goes at a speed of 25 and no, it was not speed, it was time. So X takes 25 minutes to go from his place to Y's place, and Y takes 50 minutes to do the same. It was given that X is twice as fast. So if X is twice as fast, in that case Y would take 50 minutes, and it was given that they meet at the mid, they don't meet. It was given that how much more time would Y take to reach the midpoint. So X would take 12.5 minutes and Y would take 25 minutes. So it is an extra of 12.5 minutes. Okay, please don't, some aspirants might have got confused, they might have marked 25, but it was specifically written that how much extra time would Y take to reach the midpoint. Okay. And then there was a question on extra. So the word extra, in how many ways the words are written that the vowels are not together. So vowels are not together means the consonants would take three places. So T, okay, these three, and you have four places to fill those two vowels. So these three could be arranged amongst themselves in 3 factorial ways, and the number of ways of selecting and arranging them is 4 factorial by 2 factorial, which is 72. So 72 is the answer to this question. Yes, if they have wrong questions, they each one is given grace marks. So they do have this policy. Then another question on compound interest. It takes 3 years for a sum to become 8 times. So in 4 years, 16 times. Actually, it was asked that in how many years would it become 16 times? So 16 times in 4 years. Then there was a question on compound interest, 25,000. The rate of interest was 3%, 4%, 5%. Okay, and it was asked that amount after 3 years. So amount after 3 years would be 28119. So again, you might have solved this question using the options itself, because the options were 28117, 118, 28119, 28120. So just by looking at the last digit, you could have solved this question. Okay, it was 28119. Weird channel, it wasn't 28117, it was 28119. Then there was a question on discounts, 8%, 12%. The single discount should be 19.04%. And again, this question should have been solved by just looking at the options, because you know when two successive discounts are given, the actual discount is less than their arithmetic sum. So if it is 20, it has to be less than 20. So the rest of the options were 20 or more than 20. So you could have directly eliminated those and marked this as the answer. So 19.04 was the answer to this question. Then there was a question on men, women and children who do work in the ratio 3:2:1. And the question was 20 men and 30 women and 36 children. The total wage for a day is 78. Okay, so let's suppose a child does one unit of work in a day. Woman does a two unit of work, and a man does 3 units of work per day. So units of work would be 60, 60, 36. So 156 units. You get 78 as the wage. So half rupee per unit. Okay. So the question asks that 15 men, 21 women and 30 children for 18 weeks. Okay, so what was the answer to this question? Yes, you have given 7371. So it was 45 plus 42. So it turns out to be 117. 117 into 126 by 2, which becomes 7371. Again, one could have solved this question by just looking at the options and figuring out the last digit of the answer. Okay. Now there was a question, a very simple question of HCF and LCM, 84 and 21. So what was the answer to that question? So 84 was the answer to that question. It was given that two numbers are in the ratio of 4:1 and their LCM is 24, HCF is 21 and LCM is 84. So obviously 84, 21 is the only pair and the answer is 84. And a committee had to be selected, 5 men and 6 women out of 8 men and 10 women. Okay, the number of ways was asked. So 8C5 into 10C6, 56 into 210 was 11760. I hope you got this answer correct. Sumit got it 11,760. What about others? Please do comment if you got the same answer. Devesh, it was not 11670, it was 11760. Okay, he corrected it. Okay, and then there was a question on HCF and LCM. Again, another question on HCF and LCM. Though, so the LCM was 135 and HCF was 9. So it was asked that how many pairs, such pairs exist that the, no sorry, not LCM, it was sum. Sum was 135 and HCF was 9. So it was asked that how many such numbers exist. So obviously there will be multiples of 9. So let's take it this way. So you see, this pair is possible, this is not possible, this is not possible because the HCF in this case is 27, in this case it is 45. Now this pair is possible, this is not possible because the HCF would be 27, 3 and 4. So 4 such pairs. I hope all of you got it correct. So next question was 5 years ago the average age of 4 persons A, B, C and D was 45 years and a new person X has been introduced and the current average age is 49 years. What is the present age of X? What was the answer to that question? So A, B, C, D, 5 years ago they had average age of 45. So today their average age would be 50. So total would be 200. Okay. Now after the introduction of 5th person X, the total age would be the average is 49. So the total age would be 245. So 245 minus 200. The answer is 45. So 45 was the answer to this question. Dipanshu, we have already solved, we have already discussed the solutions of all GK questions. You can revisit the video and check your answers. Okay, we have already discussed all 25 questions of GK. Okay, and another a sitter, 2400. What number should divide 2400 so that it becomes a perfect cube? The answer to this question was 300. Okay, you all must have got it correct. It was a very simple question. Then there was a question on, yes, I shouldn't say it was difficult, but yes, probably slightly tricky one. So it says there's a cylinder which has radius of 8 and height of 8. So radius is also 8 and height is also 8. And the question says, farthest distance in any 2 points of the cylinder. Okay, so what some people might have done is taken 8 and 8 and created a triangle to get 8 root 2. It was one of the options. No, this is wrong. See, the farthest distance would be diagrammatically opposite ends on the opposite faces. So this height would be 8. but this distance would be 16. So this is the diameter of the cylinder. Okay, so this would become root 320, which is 8 root 5. So did any one of you mark 8 root 2 as the answer? Yash, Rishabh, yes, I'm sorry to say that your answer is incorrect. Even Yuvraj. Yes, I was thinking while I was attempting this question, I was thinking that some aspirants might take it incorrect. They would take 8 and solve it. However, 8 was the radius. So in this case, the farthest point would be one point here and the other here. So diagrammatically opposite ends on the two faces. Okay, so 8 root 5 is the answer. Then there was one question, x ratio y is 2 ratio 3. And the question asked was 3x plus 2y ratio 2x plus 5y. Again, a very simple question, just put x equal to 2 and y equal to 3. You get the answer as 12 ratio 19. Okay. And then there was a question on Tom, John and Steve. So Tom's salary, I think they were discussing salary, 150% of John. And John is 80% of Steve. So it was asked Steve ratio Tom. So let's assume Steve's salary is 100. Okay. In this case, John's salary would be 80 and Tom's would be 120. So it was, please note that it was Steve ratio Tom, not Tom ratio Steve. So Steve ratio Tom would be 100 ratio 120, which is 5 ratio 6. Did any one of you mark 6 ratio 5? I hope all of you must have noted that it was Steve ratio Tom. So you must have marked 5 ratio 6. Okay. And then comes that erroneous question, and I somehow solved it. It had some ambiguity. So it was related to water supply, that 33,000 liters of water lasts for 50 days. Okay. And if some people enter and the demand becomes 37,000. Okay, and it lasts in 35 days. So it was asked that how much minimum water should be used daily so that it could last 50 days. Okay, so I found that it was somewhat ambiguous. First of all, one had to assume that 33,000 was used per day. Okay, I used that thing. So 33,000 used per day into 50 would make 1950 into 1000. Then added was 1650. So the remaining is, I hope you must have solved using this method, divided by 15 and got 23666.67. I did it that way. But it was not clear. I mean, the question was not conceptually clear. We had to make certain assumptions, and based on those assumptions, one could solve it. Okay. So then there was a DI set on tables, which had some schools, years, and the number of boys and girls studying in those schools, right? How did you find the DI? So I'll discuss those questions as well. I haven't made the table here. I just noted the values of those particular questions. So there was a question on percent decrease in 2017 in the number of boys in school D from previous years. From previous year. Okay, so that is from 2016. So the values given were 6.4 in 2016 and in 2017 it was 5.3. Okay, it was easy. Were these the same values? I rechecked those answers so that I'm confident enough that I may not have made any mistake in that. So the reduction is, or you could say just 11 by 64, which is close to 17%. So 17% was the answer to this question. All of you must have got 17 as the answer. Okay, next question. Do you recall the answers of DI? By the way, any of you recall the answers of DI? So 17 was the right answer to this question. Ratul, we have discussed VARC section. We discussed the vocab based questions because those we could recall. So we have discussed those questions. You can watch this video later to check your answers. Okay. So 17 was the answer to this question. Then there was a question that the number of girls in college B in 2018. 2018 was what percent of students in some students in E in 2015. So what was the answer to this question? And guys, I'm just requesting you that please do subscribe to our channel. We bring you updates on all MBA examinations, right from CAT, IFT, SNAP, ZAT, TISNET. We have covered all examinations. You can watch the analysis of all those. You can get the solutions of all the questions, all the memory based questions we discussed on our channel. So please do subscribe to our channel, and for the upcoming examination MHCET as well, will be doing some stuff on our channel. So please do subscribe to our channel to get updates on it. Yes, 65 was the answer to this question. Do you remember the values? So the values were 5.9 and 9.1. So which is close to 65%. Okay, you got it right. Let's look at the other two questions as well. So a question was average number of girls in A. And the last question was boys in C in 2018 ratio, girls in A 2018. So what are the answers to these two questions? Devansh, there was negative marking. Each question had +4 -1. So I don't think there was any exception in that. So please answer these questions if you recall the answers. So Arpit says 860. All of you got 860. Did anyone get some other result? Okay, Abhas says 29:43. Yes, 860 was the answer to the first question. Very few responses. It shows that not many of you attempted. Abhas, it was 870 ratio to 1290. So the answer was 29 ratio 43. So I discussed all the questions and the probable answer to the first question. I think I wrote here. The probable answer they might give is 36. So in case you are looking for your score, the probable answer they'll give is 36. And in that question, the other question, the water supply question, the probable answer is 23666.66. Okay. These would be the probable answers to these doubtful questions, and remaining 23 questions are clear, and I've already discussed all those questions. Now I would like you to share your score. So share your score, how many you got correct. Now you have looked at all the answers. I've given you all the answers. I've mentioned the probable answer to those doubtful questions as well. So Abhinav says 21 right, which means 84. What about wrong attempts? Yes, I'll discuss LR as well. I just want to know that what is your score. All these data points would help us predict the cutoff. So you guys keep asking for cutoffs, so that's how cutoffs are calculated. Once we have data from as many users, so please keep commenting yours. So Arpit has 64, Weird Channel 23, and please calculate your scores. For example, 22 might mean that you got 20 correct and 2 incorrect. Yes, Ramneet, once this video gets over, it will be as a static video on the channel, and you can watch it and you can match your answers for general awareness and English section as well. So Tushar says 100, and many of you say that okay, Mehak got 19 correct, 76 minus 571. So Ritesh 95, 100. Oh, Tushar has got 100. Big round of applause for Tushar for getting all 25 correct. Okay, so it appears that most of you are scoring above 80. So that's why what we predicted, 22, around 21, 22 should be considered as a very good attempt. Okay, so now let's discuss the reasoning section. So I'll just show you the heading, reasoning questions. Now we'll come to the reasoning part. So how did you guys find the reasoning section? How did you do in the reasoning section? Was it easy, moderate, difficult? Did you find any of the questions difficult? Any question tricky? So even Yashashvi has scored 100. Congrats Yashashvi for your great score in the section. You will be getting 100 percentile. So 89, most of you scoring above 80, which is a good thing. Okay, reasoning was the simplest of all. So let's start with the reasoning section. So there was one question. It was a visual reasoning question with analogy. So what would be the answer to this question? The semicircle, the left side of which is shaded. Okay, so this was the answer to this question. Then there was another sitter. I mean, why? I don't know why did they give such a long table for this. So it was 9, 11. Sorry. Even if you give such questions to a 10-year-old, he would be able to solve those. This was the easiest question and they simply made some big table for it. So 1815 was the answer to this question. No doubt in that. Okay. Then there was question on some lady Sarita. She walks 15 kilometers to the west. Okay. And then turn left and moves 20 kilometers. Okay, so if she turns left, she would move in this direction, in south direction, 20 kilometers. Now she turns left and no, she moves 25 kilometers to east. Okay, and then turns left again and goes 20 kilometers. So what was the distance between her initial position and the final position? So this is 25 minus 15, which is 10 kilometers. Very easy question. I think most of you must have solved the reasoning section within 25 to 30 minutes. I don't think anyone must have taken more than that. Then there was question on yarn, silkworm, sari, silk, cloth. So the first thing would come is silkworm, and then silk, okay. Then there was question on shirt, collar and pocket. So it would be like this. Shirt and collar and pocket are parts of shirt. So collar, pocket. So this was the answer to this question. And then there was some series. It was Z and then A, B, C, D and so on up to Y. So the question said that 8th to the right of the 14th from the right end. So 14th from the right end means the 14th number from here, and 8th to its right is 6th from right end. Okay. So 6th from right end, it means they were consecutive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. T was the answer to this question. Okay. Then there was a question on gloves. So some red and green gloves, minimum number drawn to make sure a matching pair. So it does not matter if you have 10 and 10 of each type, or 30 or 10 or anything. You need 3 gloves, because even if you, so one could be green, red. So if you pick the third one, you are certain that it will be a pair. Okay, so the answer to that question, glove question, was 3. Then there was a question, F, J, U, L, B, O, Q, Q, L, H, R, X. So what is the answer to this question? Okay, did I mark cloth first? Yes, HMNC was the answer to this question. Now there was a question, analogy, clasp, bracelet. What was the answer to this question? Okay, it must have been a mistake on my end. So yarn would come first and then cloth. So yarn would come first and then cloth. Okay. Thanks for correcting. So the answer to this question was buckle belt. Or yes, buckle belt. Then there was a question on number series. So please give the logic before you answer this question. Even if I don't give you the options, you could directly answer the question. And if you're liking this session, if you find that we have done a good job by collecting all the questions and discussing them with you so that you're able to know your scores, please do like this session and also share this with your friends. And also please subscribe to our channel to get updates on all MBA examinations. Yes, 147 is the right answer. So it was very simple, the difference between them increasing by 6. So 15, 21, 27, 33 and 39. So the next number in the series would be 147. Now there was a question. Yes, good logic given by Nisha. It is square into 3. So it is 1 square into 3, 2 square into 3, 3 square into 3, 4 square into 3, 5 square into 3 and so on. Okay. So it is basically the series is n square, 3n square you should say. I did it by using that difference method, and thanks whosoever commented, Nisha, for suggesting that this was the generic term of the series. That's what happens at many a times you use different methods to solve questions and all of them are correct. Okay. Then there was a question on odd one out. Okay, Rishabh, you also did it like this. Great. Anyway, you got your answer correct, whichever way you adopted. Okay, so what about the odd one out question? Do you remember the odd one out questions? Okay, I'll give you the options. So for those who did not attempt the paper and have come here to look at the questions, just writing for them. And interestingly, it said odd man out. Yes, so obviously papaya is the answer because it's a fruit and the remaining 3 are vegetables. Okay. Now there was a question, a coding based on coding, rusticate, which was coded as okay, and you were asked the code for what was the answer to this question? Or like if you don't recall, please solve this question. Let me see that how quick you are at solving questions. Yes, so it appears that you solved that question by seeing the options, by not solving it. You just saw that the middle, the fifth letter should be I, and you got it, right? Rohan, I don't recall option number, but yes, as some of your friends suggested that I should be in the middle, because there were two close options and the rest, the two, one could easily eliminate the two, and I was in the middle. So why not solve it here? Okay. So R is getting decreased by 1, which makes it Q. So S would become R. U is getting decreased by 1. So it would become S here. And S becomes T. It increases by 1. So R as B. T becomes U, so T will become U again here, and then you have I remaining the same, so you have I here, then you have C becoming D, so T, then A becomes B, it increases by 1, then T becomes S, so that will be H, and then E becomes D. So this was the answer. So most of you must have marked it using that the central letter is I, isn't it? Even I did it the same way, because I could easily eliminate two of the options, and in one of the options this term was J, and in the other option, in this correct option, it was I. So how many did you using? How many of you did actually solve it this way? You must have just seen that the central, the fifth letter should be I, and solved it, isn't it? Okay, and then okay, then there was a question on blood relation. It's a long test, or a long passage. I wouldn't like to read through the entire passage. Just let's go through the questions. What is the surname of Rohini? If you remember those questions. Mudassir will be doing some videos for MAT CET as well. I mean, just to market myself, I attempted MAT CET in 2016. I had All India Rank 2. So I have a good idea about MAT CET examination. So I will be doing some videos on MAT CET as well. We'll be preparing you for that examination. I'll be taking up a strategy session soon, that how to prepare for MAT CET and how to maximize your scores. There are certain things such that there is no negative marking. You have to consider those things as well. So yes, we'll be doing some videos on it. Yes, Patel is the right answer. So surname was Patel. And then there was a question, is Samir is related to Madhuri's father? How is Samir related to Madhuri's father? Yes, the answer is grandson. So the answer to this question was grandson. Okay. So again, I'm saying please do like this session if you're liking this session. And what is the surname of Samir? I don't recall this. What was his surname? And fourth was Mrs. Chaudhary is. How is Mrs. Chaudhary related to Samir? So this was mother-in-law. And Samir was Reddy. So again, see guys, there is one assumption that has been made here, or so one assumption that we have made in these questions is it is a patriarchal society. So you are taking the surname of father. Okay. So these were the answers to that question. Then there was a question on coded operations, where R meant addition, okay, and S means subtraction, something like that, okay. So the right answer to this question was, so it was coming to be 16 minus 2 plus 4 equal to 6 plus 8. Okay, so the in terms of options it was 16, or sorry, it was plus minus here. 16 R2, then S4, V meant equal to, okay, V6 R8. So this was the answer to this question, isn't it? Yes, it was coming, it was equating to 14. There was no inequality. Abu, it was not 6 greater than 6 less than 8. The answer was 14 equal to 14, and the answer was this. 16 R2S 4V SR. So those of you, you must have recalled that it was double R. 2 R's were coming in the answer. Okay. Then I'll just look if, so 3 of us wrote the test and managed to collect some questions. Okay, I covered that. I covered this. Acha, there were 2 questions on syllogism. So first question was some houses or something. So it was only first follows, because in one of the conclusions it was given mansions, and there was no in the statements there was no mentions. Okay. Fratricide is killing of brother. 6 less than 8, I don't know if 6 less than 8 was also coming. Tanuj, yes, I mean, I just noted it, and fortunately they did not collect our sheet. Yes, PQR, so the answer to that question was, yes, the answer was PQR, that syllogism question, that all PQR can run. So I am just writing the right option. So all PQR can run. Okay. And then it said all ABC are PQR. So the conclusion was, so all ABC can run. So this was the right answer to that question. So this option was correct. Okay, and that the other syllogism question, I don't know if it was the statement 1 or 2. In my case, it was only 1 was the answer. So only 1 follows was the answer to that other syllogism, because in the second conclusion they talked about mention, which was not given in the statements. Shirt, collar, pocket, this was the answer. Shirt, collar, pocket. So collar and pocket are parts of shirt. Okay, I mean, some of you are commenting that 6 less than 8 was the correct answer to that question. It had 2 correct answers. I don't know, maybe probably I just got this as the answer and just moved on. I did not recheck it. So if it is the case, if there are 2 correct options, there would be grace marks given to that question. It would be scores would be uh, increased by 4 mark. Okay, and then series we covered, this we covered, this we covered. Okay, there was one series question as well, which the series was coming as AB, 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 and AB, AB. So the blanks were A, B. So the answer was A, B, B, A, and this was the blank. So this was the answer to that question. And interestingly, one of the options had only 4 alphabets given. Cucumber is not a fruit, it's considered as a vegetable. So see, it's talking about a generic thing. In reasoning, you don't consider that all shirts have collars or buttons, but yes, it's in some cases if collars, if there are collars and buttons in a shirt, so obviously it would be a subset of it. Okay. So these were the questions. There was one more question. Some city, I don't know, I don't remember it started with some K, and first person said that the distance is greater than 10 but less than 15, and second said that 12 greater than 14. So the answer to this question was 13. A strong and weak argument, I don't recall the questions. I think I'm not recalling that question. So these are the questions that I have. I've discussed most of the questions. So now you have a fair idea of most of the questions, if not all. About, especially in GK and Quant, we have discussed all questions, and whatever we could recall from reasoning and verbal ability we discussed here. So please do share your number of attempts, and after watching this video you must have figured your score in these 2 sections. At least in 2 sections you have clear idea, and you can just give a rough estimation of your scores in 2 other sections like verbal ability and reasoning. Okay. So in that case, please do comment your number of attempts, your probable score, so that we could just give you the cutoffs, because at this time since the paper was very easy and 3 of the sections, even the verbal ability section, unlike previous years where they used to have multiple passages, this time there was only 1 passage, and it appeared to be it becomes slightly tricky to predict the cutoff as of now. So if you could just share your number of attempts, it would become easy for us to give you the correct prediction of cutoffs. Okay, so that is it. We discussed most of the questions. So, and those of you who joined later, please do revisit this video. You will get the answers to all the GK questions, all the quant questions, most of the reasoning and verbal ability question. We have covered at least 80 questions, and for this please do like this session, because I mean no other channel would have put in so much effort to bring you the correct exam analysis. Okay, please like this session, and please do subscribe to our channel. And many of you have queries regarding MAHCET. If you have not done well in CAT, XAT, SNAP and even CMAT, please don't worry, you have MHCET, and we'll be doing some coverage of MHCET. We'll be taking up sessions on YouTube for MHCET. So please do subscribe to our channel, and in the comments of this video, please do share your number of attempts, your score. You must have calculated your score in GK and quant section. Please do share your number of attempts. No, I was not rank 1. It was Vijay, Vijay sir, who discussed GK and English section. He was rank 1 in CMAT 2012, and he has been he was rank 6 in 2017, and in 2018 as well he was rank 20, and probably let's see how much he ranks this year as well. Okay, so please do share your number of attempts in the comments so that we get to know the cutoffs. We could just predict the cutoffs, and we'll share an article on the same on our website, the expected cutoffs, and then you can get an idea that how much would be the cutoff of respective colleges. So please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share with other aspirants as well. Thank you and have a nice day.